So we've looked at your attorney when you have one attorney. Now let's look at the situation where you have appointing more than one attorney. So we're not looking at substitutes in this point. We're not looking at substitutes. We're looking at the first grouping of people holding the attorneys. So you can have one. But what if I want to have more than one? What then happens? So let's do that and see what happens. So I've pressed 2 and an additional question has arisen. So I now have 2 attorneys, 1, 2, and a new question's come up. Do you want them to act together or separately? I've got a choice, together or separately. Now, most people will select separately. It's the default position. Now let's have a look at the difference. Excuse me. So you look at one attorney, they act by themselves. If they die, well, it's finished. But if you have multiple attorneys, you have a new question that comes up. Do they act together or separately? Which you can see down here. What then happens if they act together? It means they've actually got to be together. It's a lot of work to do that, but it does cut down on fraud. If 2 people have to do something, it does cut down on fraud, but it does make it very difficult because they've got to be there together. I know one may be in London, one may be in New York. They've got to keep authorising something to happen for the other. It's quite complex. Even if they're living in the same town, they've both got to go to the bank together. So most people do not pick together. But if you do pick together, and one of them dies, then the power of attorney finishes. Neither can act. They had to act together. One's dead, they can't act. What if you were to pick 3 attorneys? So let's pick another attorney. So now we've got 3 attorneys. And if you press together, if one can't act, none can act. If you had together, so most people will pick separately. So now if one dies, it doesn't affect the integrity of the attorneys. They continue to act. So if you had 3, one dies, the 2 act separately. If 2 die, 1 acts separately. If you had 2 attorneys, they act separately. If you've nominated that, one dies, the other just keeps on kicking on. So that will be the choice. But if you only have 1, let's go back to having 1. That question obviously disappears because you don't have more than 1. Now we will move to substitutes.